Hi everyone, it's Karli Reese and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing an assumptions about me video, which I haven't done one of these in a very long time, and you guys have always seemed to really enjoy them, and right now you guys are also really enjoying my question videos. So I thought this would be a great video to film today, and since you guys love the question videos so much, I'm trying my hardest to keep them coming for you guys. If you don't understand how the topic for today's video works, I basically asked my viewers what are some assumptions that you guys have about me, and I'm going to discuss them, maybe say if I disagree or agree with them, or just in general give my opinions about them. So let's just get right into the video. There are a lot of assumptions today, so I'm going to try my best to get through them pretty quickly so I can answer a lot of them. The first one is you have done shrooms, and right off the bat that answer is false. I've previously said in one of my videos that I do not enjoy getting high, so I would just feel like shrooms is like another step farther in that direction. So since I don't enjoy getting high, I don't think I would enjoy doing shrooms. And also I'm a person who deals with anxiety all the time, and people have always told me like if you have really bad anxiety, shrooms is not the drug for you. So no, I've never done shrooms and I have no intention of trying them. Next assumption is you and Blake don't talk that much, and I guess that assumption is true. We don't really talk on like a daily basis. We don't text. The only time we really communicate is when he like comes over. I feel like with this assumption there's kind of like a deeper meaning. Like I feel like people think that maybe me and Blake don't get along or we don't have a relationship, which that is false. Whenever he is around, we talk, we communicate, everything's fine between us. We just really don't talk that much. I mean, he doesn't live here anymore, so I barely really ever see him, but when he does come around, we are perfectly fine. This next one is interesting, and it's you carry that I don't give an F attitude. I'm trying to like figure out if this is like meant to be an insult or there's two different ways that I'm like viewing this. The one way I'm seeing it is I just have like a negative attitude about everything and I just don't care about anything. I don't think I'm that way, but about certain things I feel like I do kind of carry that attitude. What I mean by that is if I'm like put into a situation where people just like aren't giving me the energy and like positivity that I deserve, I treat them with that attitude. If someone like comes to me and is like intentionally giving me a hard time or like trying to bring me down, I will definitely give them that attitude. But like in general, I feel like I don't carry that attitude because I'm just a very caring person, and it's very hard for me to not care about things. I feel like I might care about things a little bit too much. So I guess it really depends on this question. Like sometimes I carry that attitude, but generally I really don't. The next assumption is that you miss dance. And this question also has multiple answers to it. So I definitely do miss dance. Dance was a part of my life for like a very long time. So it's like impossible for me to not miss like certain aspects of it. The things that I miss about it is obviously like the social interaction with it. Like I miss all my friends and like the people that came with dance, as well as I just loved the fact that it like forced me to like get out of the house and like go do something actively like twice or even more than that a week. I definitely miss those parts, and just like dancing in general. Like I haven't danced since like my last recital like at all, so that definitely does make me sad. But in general, I can't imagine myself like going back to dance ever again. Like I just feel like that's a phase in my life that has already been moved on from. It's already been close to a year since I've danced, and I just feel like I'm like starting to like grow up and do like more adult related things. Like I'm not in a sport anymore. Like I'm just moved on from it. Like I will always have love for it, but I can never imagine myself like doing it again. But the worst part is it is competition season, so I'm seeing like all the posts from competitions. I so badly want to just see like all the dances. Like I'm definitely still involved in it. Like I've gone to like performances and stuff like that, so I'm definitely still involved with it, but I just never see myself dancing again. But I always feel like dance will be a part of my life. The next assumption is you dislike dogs or you would never get your own dog. So I don't dislike dogs, but I definitely think cats are so much better than dogs, and for that reason I will never probably get my own dog. Me and my boyfriend have talked about it though, and he wants a dog, so we'll see about that. But I just think dogs require like so much maintenance. Like my parents have to get up like super early every day. They have to feed him at certain times. You have to let him out all the time. When someone's not home, you have to be like, oh, someone needs to stop by and let the dogs out. Like it's just high maintenance. Like it's a lot. And with my cats, obviously they require attention, but they don't require like immediate attention. Like if I wanted to go and like spend the whole day somewhere, like my cats can handle themselves. My dogs, on the other hand, cannot. And just for that reason, I feel like I would never get a dog until like I'm ready to like settle down and have a family, and I know I'm gonna be home all the time because I have kids. But, like I just really don't see myself getting a dog like anytime soon, or maybe even ever. This assumption is on here a lot, but like people are wording it and like saying it differently. So it is, you are the black cat and not the golden retriever, which is just obviously a fact. I feel like from just looking at me, you can tell that I don't give golden retriever energy, I give black cat energy. And I know I have golden retrievers, but I also have a black cat, and the black cat is mine and the golden retrievers aren't mine. So obviously I'm giving black cat energy. Oh, there's another cat. But the different ways people were asking this question is by saying I'm the black cat and my boyfriend is the golden retriever. And honestly, I feel like that assumption is correct, but I feel like he's giving like 75% golden retriever and then like 25% black cat. I don't think he's 100% like golden retriever. I hope this makes sense to people, because I know this is like a trend that people talk about and stuff, but if you've never seen it before, I probably sound crazy right now. So I've read this question over like a million times even before I did this video, and I told myself I wasn't gonna bring it up because it's just like, it's a really stupid thing to say, but it just makes me so angry reading it again, so I'm gonna bring it up. But this person says, you are low-key racist. I mean, it's typical Ohio behavior, mainly Toledo, which if you guys don't know, the closest like major city to me is Toledo, Ohio. And the reason this assumption just makes me so mad is because like, do people really think like racism is like subjective to an area? Like just because you live somewhere it means you're racist? Like, sorry, but my assumption about that person who asked that question is you're stupid and you low-key need to get educated, because that's not how racism works. But to answer your question, I'm not racist at all, and just because of the area I live in, it doesn't make me racist. The next assumption is you'd be more willing to have a relationship with Emma, which is my cousin, but her mom or your mom doesn't allow it. I don't think me and her relationship has anything to do with like willingness, if that makes sense. Is that even a word? Like, what I'm basically just trying to say is like, I'm not opposed to having a relationship with her like at all, and I really feel like no one plays a part in the decision of us having a relationship, if that also makes sense. I don't know anything about like the other side of things, but I know that like my mom wouldn't care if I had a relationship with my cousin, but you guys also have to remember that we literally like low-key live across the country from each other, so it's just not easy for me to like text her and say like, hey, want to hang out today? Like it just doesn't happen like that. Most of you guys probably know that our moms don't get along with each other, and obviously because of that, that has been the reason that, you know, we don't really have a relationship, or we're not really around each other. And because of the fact that we haven't been around each other and we haven't had the ability to even form a relationship, that's the reason why we don't have one. I feel like a lot of people, when they ask me these questions, expect me to say that there's like a specific given reason why me and her don't have a relationship, and it's really as simple as we didn't get the opportunity to really make one. Obviously we had a relationship during our childhood, but that was over 10 years ago, and obviously we have both grown and changed and we're completely different people now, so it's kind of hard to have a relationship with someone that you don't really know anymore. I would absolutely never be opposed to like creating a relationship with her, but like I just said, like our circumstances, we live far away, we don't really have a relationship, we don't talk much. Like right now the stage really isn't set for like a relationship to form, but I know that on my part I have reached out to her like very minimally, like recently I guess. She has responded, like we can communicate, but we just haven't. Oh, that's the end of that. You are closer to your brothers now that you are older, and I would say this is somewhat true. It really depends on like the brother. I would say I'm not closer to Andrew and Blake now that I'm older, because, you know, they don't live here anymore. Like Andrew lives 2 hours away, Blake has his own place, and for that reason I feel like our relationship hasn't really had like the opportunity to strengthen. I don't think our relationship has like worsened. I didn't think there was ever really like a problem with it. I just feel like it's still the same, but definitely the relationship between me and Chase has strengthened a lot. As you guys know, he's living back at home, he's out of his relationship, and I feel like those two reasons are the reason that we are getting along better. And I definitely think our relationship has strengthened, because in the past, if out of all of my brothers I didn't get along with one of them, it would be Chase, and that's definitely because we are closest in age. And you guys know how it goes with siblings. When you're close in age, you're just most likely to argue and fight and whatever, kick each other in the face. Yeah, we've done all of it. We've definitely gotten closer since Chase moved back home, and he gets along with my boyfriend extremely well, maybe a little bit too much, but he's just always around. We're always talking. We've actually gotten like personal for like the first time in forever. Like our relationship has definitely gotten stronger, so that assumption is true. Your mother has spoiled you so much that you will never leave home. So the assumption that I'm going to make about you is that you don't watch my videos, because in like the last like 10 videos I've posted, I feel like I've definitely mentioned the fact that I'm moving out like in the next year or two. So I would say your assumption is automatically false, because you say that you think I will never move out, and I've already been planning that. I know I am extremely fortunate, and as a child I was extremely spoiled. I feel like the word spoiled has such like a negative word to it, but in my head it kind of has a little bit of a different meaning. When I say I was spoiled as a child, it doesn't mean I got every single thing I begged and pleaded for. To me, it just kind of means that my parents, you know, gave me things. They always treated me nicely. They always had care for me. So I feel like in that way I was spoiled. And my own personal opinions are, if I can't spoil my children, then I'm not ready to have kids. Like if I don't have the money to buy my kids toys or food and all of that stuff, then I'm not ready to be a parent. I still think my parents obviously treat me with care when we like go out to eat as a family. Like they'll buy me my food and stuff like that, so I still am like fortunate and spoiled in that way. But to answer this question in the way that I think this person meant it, I don't think my mother spoils me anymore. Like I'm 18 now, I buy everything I want. Like I went shopping with my mom at the mall the other day. She didn't buy me the clothes, I bought myself the clothes. Like I pretty much buy myself everything now. So I don't think my mom spoils me, and I don't think her spoiling me is holding me back from moving out. Someone said you want to get married soon. So I don't want to get married soon. Like that sounds crazy, but maybe like engaged. And when I say soon, it doesn't mean next week or next year. Like soon to me means like in a couple years or so. I would love to be engaged young. I would love to start having children young. For some reason, I'm just ready to like jumpstart my life right now. And there was actually a lot of negativity in the last video that I posted. A lot of people were basically saying that I was like setting up my relationship to fail, and everyone felt sad for me and stuff like that. Like they were saying, you haven't even been with your boyfriend for a year and you're already like trying to move out, and you're already talking about kids and getting engaged. Like, isn't that what people in a relationship do? But when you're in a relationship, to me, it means like you're dedicated to that person because you see a future with them. So when you see a future with someone, you likely talk about things that are going to occur in the future. And I don't think anything should have a timestamp on it. Like if you've been with your boyfriend for 2 months and it's going successfully and you guys want to move out, move out. Or if you've been with your boyfriend for 7 years and you just now decide you want to move out, that's fine too. Like nothing has a timestamp on it. Like my mom and dad dated like literally all throughout like their entire lives, and they started dating in August, and by October they were engaged, which is only 3 months of dating before they got engaged. And now they have a house together, they have kids, they have pets, they have a successful job. So really, I hate when people say stuff like that, because it's just kind of like, how can you make the assumption about how someone's relationship is going to go based on how long those two people have been together? Like, it really has nothing to do with that, in my opinion. I know that I'm young and I know that I have a lot more to learn in life, but I don't think those factors determine whether or not my current relationship will be successful or not. I've seen people my age and like me break up after a year, and I've also seen people like me and my age get married and be with the same person for the rest of their life. So basically, I just didn't really appreciate that negativity, because it's just kind of like, I am young and I'm doing something crazy. Like most people don't move out with their boyfriend at this age who have only been together for a year. Like I know it's a crazy thing, but it's just like, that's a big step that I'm talking about taking. And when people are like, you know, kind of pushing me down, like telling me it's never gonna happen, like it's kind of like hurting my feelings a little bit, you know? I don't know how all of what I just said connected to the assumption that I want to get married soon, but basically this is just my motivational message to anyone out there. No matter what happens in your relationship, it's nobody else's business. No matter how long you've been together, how you got together, anything like that. Don't listen to what anyone has to say about your relationship and you two as people. Do what you want, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You still have so much life to live, and if it does work, I hope you guys great fortune for the rest of your lives. Okay, that was a lot of like aggressiveness and some crazy feelings that came out of me, so we're gonna end this on a light note. So Someone said, you've thought about changing your room back to your old room. And this is actually so funny because this is like so spot on and true. I've literally like talked about it so much recently. I know I'm not gonna do it because there's just so much work and it's not realistic if I am planning to move out, you know, in a year. Like, it would be stupid for me to like move all my stuff into another room and then a year later move all my stuff into another house. Like, it's just starting to get stressful with all this moving stuff. But yeah, I definitely have had thoughts that I miss my old bedroom and I wish I could have just stayed in there. But I love this room still. It just kind of seems very cluttery to me. I love smaller spaces, and this room that I'm in is just so big, and my other room was so dark, so small, so quiet, so peaceful. So I have been missing it, and I have definitely had thoughts of moving back to there, but I'm letting you guys know I'm not going to do it. So I feel like this is a good place to end this video. So I really hope you guys liked it and enjoyed hearing some of my viewers' assumptions about me. There were honestly so many more questions on there that I wish I could have answered, so maybe I could do a part 2 if that's something you guys are interested in seeing. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!